The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar, Commerce Tools and Magnolia, a powerful combination of content and commerce. I am your moderator, Cass Weber from Magnolia. In today's lineup, we have Hussein Benamor from Commerce Tools and Jan Schulte from Magnolia. Before we formally start, I'd just like to inform everyone that you are free to note down or send in your questions via chat while the presentations are ongoing. We have allotted time for Q&A after the presentations. That's in about 30 minutes from now. Let's start right ahead and get to know Magnolia, who we are and what we do. Here's Magnolia in 1 minute. Founded in 1997 here in Basel, Switzerland, Magnolia is a software company that produces an enterprise content management system that's built for demanding multi-channel, multi-language, and multi-site digital experience. Global as we are, aside from Basel, Switzerland, we also have offices in Czech Republic, Spain, England, Miami, USA, Vietnam, and Singapore. We are also working together with over 90 partners and 300 customers worldwide. As we all know, the IT landscape is continuously changing in a rapid pace. You cannot afford to be left behind with outdated features. Magnolia truly believes that you need the best of breed platform to leverage best-in-class solutions and to stay ahead of your competition. As we can see in the picture, Magnolia allows you to integrate all kinds of solutions like e-commerce, marketing platforms. It even allows you to personalize data. Magnolia also allows you to publish on any channel. Let's have a closer look to show how Magnolia can help you outperform your competitors. Magnolia brings a vast variety of connectors, such as what we're having today, Commerce Tools. Its light development framework allows your front-end experts to bring latest front-end technology to create world-class digital experiences in all channels. We have been good partners with Commerce Tools since 2015 and have been serving customer projects for brands such as Bulls, Teige, Tradeprint.co.uk, Simpress, and Kettler Bike. This shows you how your data could be headless, in mobile, tablet and web, or even in digital kiosk system. Magnolia is the continuous delivery system, delivery platform rather, while Commerce Tools is the shopping platform. To learn more about Magnolia and our latest offering, please head over to our corporate website. Now, we're done with Magnolia. It's time to get to know Commerce Tools. Together, let's find out who they are and what they do with Hussein Benamor.
Thanks, Cass. Here is Hussein. Let me just shortly share my screen. Cass, can you confirm that you're seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. And full screen modus. Hi, everybody. Again, I'm Hussein, the technical trainer at Commerce Tools. What we provide is an omni-channel API that can be consumed by different programming languages. Cloud is our default infrastructure, and since we work in an agile methodology, we are able to release a lot of features yearly. A project in our platform can be managed through our Merchant Center that you will see later in a few minutes. We provide you with different tools and SDKs that help you create in your shop. And your shop looks basically like this. This is our demo shop. Here we have two versions, one browser version and a mobile app. Here is an overview of our features, but today I'll talk only about products, product variants, and prices. These are the functionalities that you will see later in our Magnolia integration. Let's start with products. A product in our platform can have different states. You can move a product from live to staging and vice versa anytime, just by publishing or unpublishing products. A product in our platform can have several variants. In this example, a different variant is a different color. The master variant is usually the one used to be displayed in search results, and every variant includes information about the product like images, different prices, etc. I just mentioned that a product variant can have several prices. These are based on different dimensions. For example, an article can have a different price in Germany than in the UK, or it can have a different price within a certain period of time. And here is another overview that shows you a product as a container that includes several variants represented here as colored boxes, where every box carries different information. For further information, just check our developer page, and you can also see our feature guide. Now let's jump to our Merchant Center to see some action. You can reach our Merchant Center under merchantcenter.commercetools.com. Our Merchant Center helps you with managing your various shop data. When I'm on the correct project, I can check the list of our products, like here, for example. When I click on one product, I can see the different variants of a product here. And when I click on one variant, I can see the different information related to that variant. For example, here are different attributes like size, color, etc. I can check also different images and prices. And as we said earlier, prices are based on different dimensions, like in this case, currency, country, customer group, etc. I now pass to Jan, who will use this data together with front-end data from a Magnolia project to show you a demo shop.
Okay, perfect. Let me share my screen. So, Cass, can you make me presenter, please?
Yes, sure.
Jan, you're already presenter. We can see our screen. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, here we go. So what we see here is Magnolia. So if you know how to operate a tablet system, then you almost know how to operate Magnolia. We have an app for every piece of core functionality. We have pages for work with pages, assets to work with images and videos. We have apps for products, for SEO aspects, and much more. Today, we're just going to talk about pages and about commerce. What we see here are two sites. We have a commercetools site and we have the Sunrise shop. The Sunrise shop is totally based on the standard templates that you already know from the standard Sunrise demo. If you look at it here, then we see the templates that we probably all know. So we have here standard teasers and we have product data. If I want to change a teaser, I just have to click on edit. And if I change some text, for example here, let's do it a little bit Twitter style. Let's save it. And here it is, instantly changed. We also can work with extra data, like for example tracking, so we can assign cookies or other information if a certain teaser is triggered. If we want to work with data from commercetools, then we have a very nice integration here. All those products that we see here come straight from commercetools. So this data is not stored in Magnolia, it comes via the APIs in real time. For example, if I want to change this product here, again, I just have to click on edit. And now I see the full product catalog from commercetools delivered in real time. So if I change just this t-shirt here to that one, zack, here it is. So let's create a full campaign site in a few minutes. Therefore, I'm just going to create a brand new page. I'm going to select here the home page template, and this is going to be our campaign. here it is, an empty page. So let's say we got some nice material from our marketing team and also some nice product data. So the first task would be just to get the asset data straight to Magnolia. Therefore, I'm going to jump to our Assets app. The Assets app is an app where all our assets are stored and where I also can do some light editing of those assets and where I can manage metadata. So I have all those images from our marketing team already zipped together in this file here. So I'm going to upload it. I'm going to save it. And here it is. I just got all those images just from the zip file. If that zip file would have a deeper folder structure, then that would be also reflected here. Okay, so we have now some nice imagery. Let's start to work with it. First of all, I'm just going to create a nice text lead-in. Therefore, I'm going to create a text component. We start with some lead-in text. More contrast, and it is going to be a campaign about black and white. White. Choose your style. We want to have here bigger fonts to make it more snappy. Let's go really big. That one here a little bit smaller. And here we go. That's our first component. Now it's time for some nice teasers. So we start with some banners. So this is our first one. And now let's just get this image here straight from our upload. Let's go with this one. If someone clicks that link, then he should be redirected to the appropriate page. In this case, we're just going to send our user to the catalog. Some text here. We just go for filler. Okay, here we go. Just duplicate that content. And let's bring here a nice image from the upload. So this is a product that I'm also going to create in commercetools in a minute, and which I'm going to use live on the page that we just create. And maybe a little bit different text here. Fabulous. Here it is. Now it's time for product data from commercetools. So winter's coming. Let it snow. And here we come with the products. I'm just going to go for the women's section. I'm going to look for clothing, some dresses, and let's go just for a product. If someone clicks on this product, then he should be sent to the detail view. Here we go. Our first product. Let's duplicate this. Now we have our products here. Yeah, at the moment we just have the standard products from the catalog, but now it's just time to get a new product and then integrate this here. Therefore, I'm just heading over to the Merchant Center and I'm going to create a new product. It's quite simple. I'm just going to add a product. We're going to use a standard structure for that. We give it a nice name, so it's going to be my dress. All the rest is something that I'm going to, we're going to add a category so we can find it in our category tree. We have here a standard category tree, as you probably know already. I just have here a campaign category because we just create a new campaign. I'm going to add it here. So I guess I was a little bit fast here. So we have our campaign. That's good and set. Back to product. Here's address, that looks good. Let's go next. Now we're going to add a variant. This is going to be our master variant. We just give it a fake SKU number for the beginning. Give it a variant key. Just get with a random one. We have a filter color that looks all nice and good. We go next. And we are all done. Let's save that. The base ID is obviously missing. Let's fix this here. So here's a base ID. And we are all good. And let's save this. Now we would also like just to add a nice image so we can see it in Magnolia and personalized later on. So we're going to add an image. I'm going to choose a file. We go to our folder from the campaign, and we just go here for the white dress. And here it is. Finally, it's uploaded. The last step is we just have to publish it from commercetools so it is available in the catalog. Right now it's unpublished. Let's change this. Here it is. Now it's published. Let's head back to Magnolia and select it. So it is here in the campaign, and here's my dress. And here it is. Just after, what was it, like 2 to 3 minutes? I guess it can't be easier than that. Let's change those to have it complete. And the last one to get a nice page. Perfect. So let's say we also want to sell a second category. Let's say we want to sell some bags. So just another nice teaser. It's going to be bags and the city. We're just going to select a nice image for that. This time I'm just going to go to the thumbnail view, subtitle, sweet bags, and some place filler as well. We just go to our Sunrise main page if we click on that teaser, and here we go. What we have seen before was we just placed single products. Sometimes you would want just to place products based on a product category and then filter on later. That's also a very powerful way to automatically send products and then personalize them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select this component here. And now I'm just going for bags, not for a single product. Let's go for bags, save changes. We are going to display 4 products per page. If I click on a product, I want to go straight to the detail view to see what this product actually offers and what how it looks like in more detail. What we have now are just some bags. But let's say we have some products on sale, or we just want to filter and personalize on a single color. Very simple. All I have to do is just to filter based, for example, on a color. Color, let's say we want to look for white products. Bam, here it is. Really in no time. So now we have just a nice landing page. Let's have a look at it. But what about personalization? What can we do with Magnolia? So what we can do, as we have already seen, is we can do some basic personalization based on behavior, on cookies, and so on. And this is what I'm going to do now. But obviously, you can also use external APIs from other systems to do more in-depth personalization if you want to. So let's say we have here this component and we want to personalize it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a variant for that. So now I have a variant, and I'm going to change the image for that variant. just going to take this picture here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to choose an audience. So let's say I come from a segment that is looking for content that is more tailored for male people. Then I'm just going to take the male segment. I'm going to save my changes. And then this page is going to present it for people with that category. What we have seen was that we have the bags here that are filtered for white. Let's change this here a little bit, just to show you what categories and personalization really can bring to you. We are just going to remove that one. Save changes. Again, a component variant. And now we are going to just show the white bags if we know that the user is in a segment that is somehow interested for products that are more in a white flavor. Let's save this one. Segment. Pick. Now we're going to make sure that we have the right filter attributes again here. Save changes. Here it is. So now we have somehow a customized page, but how can a marketer really know how it looks like for the different segments, for the different personas? Quite simple. All I have to do is just to preview the page and preview as a visitor. What I see now here is just the page as an anonymous user. That means that is a user that for which we have any information yet. But let's say we have now some cookies or the user logged in. If I just come, for example, with that segment here, bam, here it is. That's just the male version. What is happening if we just come here, business column preferences? Here we go. Nice. So how do we do this? For that, in Magnolia, we have dedicated apps like Pages and Assets. And what we can do here is we can really just go to segments, and in the segments we can just create all kind of segments based on all kind of different technical data. For example, if I create a new segment here, pick trade, then I can just, for example, personalize based on the date, on the location where the user comes from. We can look if it's a first-time visitor, recurring visitor, logged-in visitor. We can just do it with cookies, or as I said, we can just tap into all kind of third-party personalized data. It's really as simple as that. Okay, and with that, we have seen that we can personalize and create a page in really few minutes. And therefore, I would hand it over to Cass again.
All right, so we just saw how easy it is to personalize content in minutes, thanks to commercetools and Magnolia collaboration. While you get your questions ready, I'll just give you a quick recap of some highlights during the presentations. First is that personalization can be done in no time. That was pretty obvious. We saw how quick Jan did it for us. Second, seamless integration of commerce and content, and that the editorial experience is really, really simple and easy. All right? All set? You may start directing your questions now, and we'll have Hussein and Jan answer them. General questions, technical questions, fire them away. Let's have one here. When I create too many products on the commercetools platform, let's say thousands, do these products appear immediately in Magnolia? Or how much time does it take usually?
Once you hit the publish button in commercetools, you should have it in seconds available in Magnolia. That's really the beauty. You don't need long processes or your IT department in between. It's really instantly without any tech help involved.
All right. How is the product data that we have seen in the demo rendered?
Yes, good question. Therefore, we have a mechanism that is called light development. In the end, the full front end can be really developed by a pure front end developer. All that developer really has to know is how to obviously write HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all that the front-end developer really has to know is just how to take the existing HTML prototype and put it into Magnolia's free marker templating language. That is typically something that takes like maybe 1 day. And then we provide some standard functions that you can use in the free marker templates to really just get the product data. And then in your templates, you can just really say, okay, for this product, give me the price, give me the headline, give me the image, give me the variants. It's really simple.
Mm-hmm. We have here from Shailendra Sawant. Hi, Jan. Is there an option of auto-publishing or pre-publishing products for a future event?
Yes, absolutely. So what you can do in Magnolia is you can just take a page as is. Let me show this to you. We just created here our campaign, but obviously it's not published yet. So if I want to publish it on a certain date, all I have to do is really just to hit publish. And once I do so, then I can really select the date when it should be live. And I can do also the same for unpublishing. I can also say that a page should be unpublished on a certain date. It's really simple.
Mm-hmm. I also have one from Amiya Joshi. Please excuse me if I'm mispronouncing your names. How do we create product pages dynamically using code? I think that's related to your second explanation. Or do you want to elaborate more on that one, Jan?
Yes. So if you want to serve dynamic products, then you can do it like I have shown before. You can just really show products from certain categories, and then you can automatically filter down based on attributes that are stored within the product. That could be anything from color, size, is it on sale, price, whatever. So you can really do this totally data-driven. And even if I want to go further, what I have showed was just static. So I just pre-configured what kind of product data should be filtered. You could even use some nice algorithms to, based on the user journey, make sure that the right products are presented to the user.
Mm-hmm. Now, what happens in Magnolia if a referenced product is unpublished in commercetools? That's from Niels Hardeman.
Very good question. So if your templates are not good, then you're going to get an error message, but your templates are going to be good. And therefore, in your templates, you're just going to check if the reference really holds true. So we have an API call that checks for this product. If the API call just sending back the result, okay, there's no product anymore, then this product is simply not going to be displayed. However, what you can do in your component, for example, is you can specify fallback products that are then showed on the page instead.
I have a good one here. How do you handle multi-site, multi-language shops? From Michael Bücheli.
Good question. Yeah. So in Magnolia, you can. We have a very nice concept for multi-language. That means you can manage all the languages straight on your page. So that means you can just go on a page and then switch between the languages and do the translation straight on the page. If you want to, you can also use something that we call a multi-language or multi-language tree approach, where you have all the languages in different nodes that make sense if you have really specific content. And if you want to have multiple shops that inherit like 80% of the content, then we have a nice feature that is called live copy. With live copy, you can just really create your master content, or you can just reference your master content multiple times, and then you just override the components that are specific for your store. So that really helps you to create new stores in new countries or new towns in no time.
Sounds good. I have one for Hussein. Are you there?
Yep.
commercetools, can you ship a list of products in a cart to various ship to addresses?
Yeah.
That's from Jakub Malubeki.
Yeah, thanks, Jacob, for the question. Currently, cards support only one shipping address. So basically, if you put a list of products in one cart, you can ship only to one address.
All right. From Shailendra Sawant, if I have an existing backend, can we plug and play the Magnolia CMS with a backend system where products are fetched from there, or is it tightly bound to its backend system?
Yes, I guess the question goes into the direction if you have an existing system that delivers content, if it's possible just to argument the content from your existing system. So yes, you can also use Magnolia in a headless fashion. That means you can bring teasers, banners, or pre-rendered products to your existing system. And obviously, you can also do it vice versa. You can also deliver data from your backend system to Magnolia and then take this data and render it. So both ways are possible.
I have one more. How are Magnolia and commercetools connected together? And how does Magnolia get data from commercetools?
Yes, so the connection is purely done via REST services. That means commercetools is able to deliver the data as a REST call in a very high speed. And Magnolia is just going to take the REST data and allows you to browse the catalog or even just take the product data and render it. So it's really just pure REST.
Thank you, Daniel Butcher, for that question, by the way. How do we define various discounts dynamically on various products based on their position in the cart? I guess that's for Hussein.
Yeah, let me try to understand the question quickly. How to define various discount dynamically on various products based on their position in the cart? Yeah, basically for discounts, we offer cart discounts. So you can, when you have a cart, you can add their cart discount, and inside the cart discount, you can specify using what we call rules or predicates. You can set which products are affected by that discount. I hope that answers your question. Otherwise, just try to ask it differently.
Yeah, also from my side, there are multiple APIs for discounts and certain rules. And what we can see here, for example, is just the standard price. But for this component, we could also ask for the discounted price. So the APIs are there, and you can use them also in the front end, obviously also in the back end.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, can Magnolia work multi-site?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. A big yes. Can I associate two separate domains and have two separate themes to them?
Absolutely, again, yes.
Absolutely. All right, that's from Amiya Joshi. How can you manage rich content from online catalog and or social media apps?
Yes, that's a good question. So how can I bring it all together? So basically the full product, the product categories, the discounts, all the stuff is managed in commercetools. In Magnolia, you just manage the pure customer experience. So what you do in Magnolia is you can really just bring different components, mix it with the content from commercetools, and obviously you can also mix it with social media data. So you can have it on a very light level. That would mean that you just have the typical Facebook and Pinterest and so on buttons to share your content, or you can even come up with Twitter feeds, so you can really max that out. That's a nice thing with Magnolia. It's super simple to come up with your own components that really leverage all the APIs and the good stuff from the other social media vendors that are out there.
Thank you, Dennis Menendez, for that good question. I have one here. How is the publishing workflow like?
Yep, good question again. The publishing workflow out of the box is just a 4i workflow. That means if I try to publish a page, then out of the box, you also need a reviewer that really looks if the content is good, if there are any spelling mistakes, or if it really the content that you requested. And then that guy can give the final go, and then the content is published. However, we have a full power JPPM engine behind Magnolia, and that means that you can craft the publishing workflow as you want. It could be very simple, like a direct publish, or super complicated with, let's say, 14i workflow with publication, with translation, legal, marketing, and so on. They can really just craft the workflow like you need it for your business.
Here's from Giancarlo Berna. How do you build a checkout process and manage client orders?
Yeah, good question again. So you can basically build the checkout process right in Magnolia. You can use standard templates for that. You can use the form module for that from Magnolia, or like some customers do, you can even write a very nice Angular app for that to have a very snappy checkout experience for a customer. And the good thing is, because it's also template-based in Magnolia, you can then come up with additional personalized content during the checkout. For example, you could send some teasers based on some statistics. Could be like, okay, you just bought 2 white dresses, and based from our other customers, we know if you buy this dress, and the chances are quite high that you're also interested into a third product. And then you can just tease this product also in the checkout process. So just to summarize that, yeah, you're just going to build this checkout process straight in Magnolia with standard templates.
In connection to that, how are payment providers integrated?
Yes, payment, that's for Hussein.
Yeah, absolutely. I see also a related question from Ameya. He or she asked about how is the cart session managed on Magnolia or commercetools. That's absolutely managed on commercetools. Also a related question from Michael Bücheler. Is the checkout payment handled by Magnolia commercetools? That's also handled by commercetools. And the second question, also from Michael, is how are payment providers integrated? So payment can be basically payment can be handled by commercetools directly. That means you implement your integration from any payment service. Let's say, for example, like credit card or any other online payment service. And what we store on the commercetools platform are just the transactions or the transaction states. But of course, all your payment information should be on your payment provider. I saw a further question about card session from Ameya. I guess that's basically the same question than before.
Or probably Shailendra's discount question.
Yeah,
we can probably elaborate on that.
Yeah. Just give me a few seconds to say. So Shailendra is asking, say I have 5 products in my cart. I need to give a discount of 10% for every 3rd item in the cart and a 50% discount on the 10th item. Can such complicated rule be defined? Also, can rules be applied on runtime programmatically instead of defining them in advance? So basically, rules. I start with the last question, then come back to the special case. Basically, rules can be should be defined in advance, but of course you can also change them. I mean, on commercetools, everything is based is API based. That means you can also update the discount anytime. Returning to that case, the rules on commercetools can be very complex. That means you can write really a long rule and define everything you want, not only based on the value of the discount and which product, but also you can apply it to, for example, to a certain category of discounts or to a certain customer or customer group, and you can add all that in one long rule if you want. And of course, you can also create several card discounts and apply them to that card. I see another question from Shailendra asking, how are online promotions managed? Like based on an even sending promotion email to set of users? Promotion are what we call on the commercetools platform a discount code. and those are related to card discounts. So basically, you define your promotion or your discount code, and then you can send it to users per email. You can, of course, also give it to users, like some companies give this on the street and so on. But basically, there you just define your promotion code inside a discount code, and you apply it to a card discount. I hope that answers your question, Shailendra. Otherwise, of course, you can manifest yourself. Okay, thank you.
All right, I got one directed to Jan. How is the price selection done? Is it aware of customer groups, countries, channels, and so on? That is from Julius Salabe.
This is more for me, right? Or
yeah, feel free. Sorry.
Yeah, this is more actually. So price is handled on the commercial side. Price selection is, as I said, and also as the question says, it's based on different dimensions that I showed earlier, maybe quickly in the slides. But don't worry, we will send you the slides after the webinar. And basically, yes, so based on the information of the customer, so in which country is the customer, of course, we get that information from his or her address, for example. Based on the customer group of the customer, the currency that the customer uses, and different other dimensions. Also, for example, validation period, you can set a price for a certain, to be valid for a certain period, let's say, for example, Christmas. And then a price selector on the commercial side will select the correct price, of course, from the list of prices inside that product or that product variant. And then after the selection, that price will just be applied in your cart.
So yeah, the important information here is definitely your commerce team is going to manage all those rules for the right discounts and so on. That is not something that the author is going to do.
Yeah.
Perhaps a clarification. Can you push Magnolia assets to commercetools and not vice versa?
That is a good question. However, I'm not quite sure why I would do this. Because normally you just have all the product data in your catalog, like different pack shots and all that stuff, and then you're just going to send it to the front end. Therefore, I don't know why it would make sense to push images from Magnolia to commercetools. I think in theory, if you really want to via an API, it could be possible, definitely, but at least right now, I haven't seen a request for that until now.
Okay, I see there a question for me from Shailendra asking for online promotions. The question says, for online promotions, is there a way to get notification back as to who all read the promotions, and to track the efficiency of promotion? Can we find out if those users purchased the product? That's a good question, actually, and the answer is not really obvious. So there is no direct way, but we offer the ability to extend the customer object, where you can add a custom field, and there maybe you can add a field for used promotions, and then add the promotion every time it is used by that customer. I see that as, let's say, as a workaround. So as I said, it's not, it's not offered by default, that feature, but you can implement it easily just by adding a custom field to customers. Then, yeah.
How does Magnolia and commercetools manage mobile content rendering speed consistently where bandwidth spans LTE to 3G? That's from Dennis Menendez.
Good question. Yeah. So if it comes to images, we have a mechanism that is called renditions. That means typically you just get very big images from your agency and then you upload them to Magnolia. And obviously you're not going to use a 27 megabyte image to bring this to your customers. Therefore, you can automatically create smaller versions of that image. And then based on your template, you just choose the right variation for the right channel. If it comes to mobile, then most of the people nowadays just use responsive templates for that. But if you want to, you can also come up with specific templates for mobile and for desktop.
Somebody's also asking, related to image renditions, how is it handled this time in commercetools? Are there possibilities of cropping or scaling?
There is no possibility of cropping or scaling on the commercetools part, but you can add different images for one article or for one product variant. And of course, there you can just upload different images with different scales and name them differently, or give them different sizes, and then you can use them. So I think that's possible, but also not directly from the commercetools side.
Yep, and again, as said, you can do this in Magnolia. So we have some mechanisms there to do stuff like resizing, scaling, and also auto cropping. So basically, you decide in your templates, when you create your templates, how big an image should be. So what you do, for example, if we jump back to the page that we have seen, then you could really say, okay, if I'm going to place an image here in this teasers component, then it has to be always to be an aspect ratio from 4:3 and this and that resolution. And then Magnolia automatically is going to take care that you get the image in the right resolution for the right channel in the right aspect ratio. And if you want to, you can also extend the channels mechanism and, for example, automatically bring watermarks to your images. So it's a fairly powerful tool to use.
Is there any provision for displaying a widget with user-preferred products based on their buying history or viewing history? I guess that's for Hussein.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, we don't save this kind of information about customers. But as I said previously, when I answered one of the questions, the customer object can be extended by any number of custom fields, and there you can save the history of the customer, for example, or the view history, and so on. So for that, there is also an easy workaround.
Yeah, and also on Magnolia side, you can track the user journey with different analytics tools like Google Analytics, Omniture, or with IBM Marketing Cloud, and then just create variations and personalization based on the user behavior on the page.
Great, thank you very much. Going back to personalization, what kind of data can be used for personalization?
Good question. So in the end, you can use any data that is available with a standard API in Magnolia. So what we've seen here with those segments, when I clicked on pick traits, and we just had here those 4 standard traits. Obviously, when we created this framework, we cannot know what kind of systems our customers are going to use, because there's really an incredible amount of systems out there. However, we created a very nice framework that makes it super easy to integrate your existing systems. So let's say if you have a good CRM system, then you can just tap into the CRM system and really see how I interacted with the company, what I have done. So that is a very good example that is done quite often. Or another example is really this marketing automation tools that are out there. So what you can do is you can really apply, for example, scoring on different pages, and then based on those, and then just deliver personalized content based on the score medals that you get from your third-party systems.
Okay. We don't have any open questions left. Probably in general, if you want to clarify something, both Jan and Hussein, feel free. Who goes first? Let's say Jan?
From my side, if you have any further
Hussein.
questions, also I know sometimes questions come just after the webinar. You will get my contact. Just send me an email if you have any questions.
Sounds good. All right, it's time to wrap it up. We would like to thank commercetools for the efforts, Magnolia team, you, our audience, of course, our customers and partners. Thank you. That's it for today's webinar. Until next time, have a great day ahead.
Thank
Ciao,
you all
ciao.
for attending. Ciao, ciao.